Hello everyone, today we're gonna play another raiding climb and we start the game off with e4. As always, sometimes I like to play d4. We could play the Vienna, yes, let's play the Vienna. Because we could also go for the Ruy Lopez, the Spanish, or the 4-9 Scotch. But the Vienna is what we like most, so that's what we play. So I hope we go into the position where he played his knight out, because maybe we can still do it. No, we can, because now his bishop defends the square. That's why. So we play d3. Ooh, he wants to play d4. We see that because he's trying to build for it. But we're okay with that. So let's just play f4 ourselves, because that's the move we want to play. We want to delay the development of this knight, so we can play f4 first. Defend by the bishop. Now I'm thinking about taking the pawn, but let's just develop the knight. Because if he wants to take, that's alright. And now we threaten to win the pawn. Not anymore. So now we can castle because of this bishop. But we can maybe go after the bishop. But then we give away central control. So we can play this move d5. But then this one is hanging. So yes. I think this. Ooh, after this, there's the queen check. So we have to block, and then we can play b4. Then we take the bishop. Then he takes our bishop. I think this is alright. Because you always have to look out. So he gives a check first. But it's alright, because now we just kick the bishop. But our knight is trapped on the outside. So we go b4, chasing the bishop again. Because we just want to take it. It will open. Oh, he goes back there. So now we drop our bishop back. Because otherwise we would get forked. Maybe he wants to go for d4 eventually. So yes, now we castle because the bishop is off this diagonal, and if it comes, we will take it. And we just play our king to h1, because he's probably gonna give this check. And we just move to h1. And we can maybe try and rotate our queen. So let's see what he will do. I also think he will castle soon. Ooh, he takes the pawn. Okay, we take back, putting pressure. And now he goes for our bishop, so that's his plan. There is maybe this idea of taking with check, and after takes, we have knight check, winning the bishop. Yes, look, he played with check. If he doesn't take, we take his knight and we want a pawn, and he can't castle anymore. But now we play this check, and we had to make sure that after queen takes, sacrificing the queen because he's gonna win our queen back, we take, but it's with a check from the rook, so he can take our queen. And maybe there's already a checkmate, because if we don't take and we move here, check, king's cut off. We can play e5, we take, then he maybe drops. Yeah, I think this check is just winning. We check, he plays e5, we take it, the bishop drops back, so we can take it. That's the line I see that keeps him alive. Ooh, or maybe after, yeah, he just resigns. That's an easy, nice game. So let's look at the game. So we start off with e4. This is all nice. Yeah, he's a bit better, or but not that much. And here we went for the wrong idea. The right idea was to take. And now bishop takes f3 is actually the top move, because after takes we have bishop takes, and this idea but by winning a pawn and grabbing the bishop back. Thing you have to know is this move doesn't work, because after the king moves, the bishop is defended. So you have to look at that. But we played it later. We first went for the idea of taking the bishop, he checked, we played c3, we kicked the bishop around, and then we moved out of the way to stop the fork. And he developed his knight. We castled, getting our king to safety. We're never scared of something on this because we take, and even if he couldn't take, we just would have played king h1 and be all fine. So he played b5. I thought this was a good move because it kicks away my knight to this really awkward square where it isn't really doing anything. It's kind of supporting c4, but then we close up the bishop. But maybe I could have rerouted it like that, but it would have cost a couple of moves. Here he took, I took back just with the bishop. It's putting pressure, and here he played the mistake, knight h5, and we played this move. Bishop takes h7, brilliant move, because after takes, knight check. Top move is king e8, and here we just take the bishop, and we're up a pawn, but his king is stranded. He has to move his knight again, and look at all the activity of my pieces. So, and he couldn't have tried to move, because then, there's this other move. Bishop takes d6 check, bishop takes d6, now bishop h5, because after take, we will have this one, winning the bishop again. But I didn't even begin to see that. But he just takes. And here we play this nice move, knight to g5. And he made the mistake. Queen takes, bishop takes. Because of the check. And now we take the bishop. No, we don't take the bishop. You all got pranked. Because if we take the bishop, we're also winning. But it's just a bit more complicated because we don't really see the checkmate. It is the best move because actually, says the computer, because after this check, there is d5, but I thought of it, and after he takes, yeah, he can take back because then it will be mate. So after takes he has to ignore. The best move is h6, because now we take with check, the king moves. We can even take this one, but then he takes our bishop. But this is just such a dumb position. I think I would have taken this, because this also gives us this file to work with. This one is really strong. Then we can maybe play something like queen h4, trying to do this and win the knight, defending our pawn, not letting a rook go here because then we would sack the queen for 2 rooks. So that would have been a very nice position. And the position I thought he would only move is this, because then we can take because we lose our queen. It's actually still equal after that because we are up so much material. But I just take this bishop after he moves the knight. I would have just traded everything, give check, and now he can move there, so he has to block. And then maybe something like this, kicking it away. If it takes, it has to move, so it takes. Now we push again with check, he moves back. Then we do something like this, putting pressure. And we're just up enough material to convert the game. There's not really one winning idea, but it's just winning everywhere after e5 and e takes. So, thank you all for watching this video. I hope I see you all later. And check out my other videos, my other rating climbs, because we are really climbing. We're now 7034. We started at 1600. So, we're already 100 points higher than we first are. And I'm trying to aim for 1900, 2000. I think we will get that under this rating climb. So, also check out my other videos, and I would really appreciate a subscribe, because that's what my channel needs right now. So thank you for watching again, and